The Astros continue to roll right now. 9 out of their last 11. They've won 2 of 3 this weekend versus the Brewers, and then now they take on what did you call them earlier? The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, of California, of the United States of America, of North America, formerly of Pangea, of Earth, of the Milky Way galaxy, of the universe.
I love that.
I probably should have put solar system in there in the middle. I always just thought
I think you got the order right.
I think I missed the solar system though, because the solar system before the galaxy
makes sense.
I always thought it was ridiculous how they went for this little phase where they were calling themselves the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Mm-hmm. They were the Anaheim Angels at one point.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just change it back to the Anaheim Angels.
I think they wanted to appropriate some LA merch.
Yeah, really working well for them.
Because they won that one World Series in, 2002?
Uh-huh.
And probably thought that more people would jump aboard, because I think they were the Anaheim Angels when they won that. I forget when they made the switch to Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, but it was douchey. They used to do it with the Ducks too. I think it was the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim as well. It's like, okay, Orange County, F off, okay? We get it. You're rich.
All right,
we get it.
So the Astros right now stand at 21-26. Do they make it back to 500 or above by the end of the month?
I mean, if they win the next 6, they're above 500. Mm-hmm. And if the rule is you just have to be above 500 before the end of the month, not at the end of the month, they theoretically could, but they'd have to win the next 6.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that they're going to go 4-2 in the next 6. I always kind of play it safe with series like this. You win 2 out of 3, so you win 4 your next 6. That puts you to 25-28. You can take 3 out of 4 versus Seattle.
In Seattle, with the way that Seattle pitches against you, they're 11-5 against you since the ALDS. They seem to have the bats number here. I don't know that they're going to go to Seattle and win that series. I can see them splitting it.
I think they're going to just miss the mark. They're either going to be like a game under 500 by the end of the month, I would say.
With the way that they're playing, there's a chance, but I think it's going to be hard for them to get there, because they also have they have one game against Minnesota, I think, on the 31st as well.
Yeah, they do.
And Minnesota's been playing like doo-doo recently. I think they've lost 6 in a row. But at the very least, they're a competent franchise. So you hope that you can continue to feast on this cupcake buffet that you've been in the middle of. And, I mean, the Angels and A's, what an opportunity. You should win both of these series. If they lose either of these series, I imagine the vibes are going to go right back to where they were before.
Big time.
And this is where the Astros have put themselves. There's very little margin for error. There will be another dry spell coming up, you would think. Maybe not in the near future, but that's sort of how baseball goes. And it's great that they're finally hot, but they really put themselves in a tough spot with the awful start.
Yeah, I will say, if you look at their schedule, just the rest of the first half of the season, you play the Mariners in those 4 games. You play the Orioles for 3. You play the Rangers the last 3 games of the series of the first half of the season. But you've got the Marlins sprinkled in there. You've got the Tigers, the White Sox. Some of the worst teams in baseball are going to be on your schedule the rest of the year. The Blue Jays, who are scuffling, 2 series versus the Twins. It is not a daunting task the rest of the first half of the season. So if you're going to separate yourself between now and then, even more than just over the next month, this is the window of opportunity to do it, because there are a lot of bad teams in front of you. And this is what you need to do. We got more text earlier, more pushback on the stretch the Astros have been on, just talking about how the quality of teams that they're facing. We get it, but all you can do is keep winning the games that are in front of you and try to get back to 500 and then focus on the division from there.
This is an easy week ahead of them. After that, you're right. It's the Mariners and the Twins. That's tough. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the rest of the first half, outside of a series at home against the Orioles, I don't see a team that really jumps out. Maybe the Twins is the second series that you have that's right after the 4th of July. And then Texas, of course, as you said, too. And Texas isn't even playing that well either.
Yeah, 2-8 in their last 10. So
I mean, you have gone through a brutal stretch to open the year, and you have played some teams that are surprisingly frisky. I would point to the Royals and the Cubs, who both swept you, as teams that are off to surprising starts. I don't think any of us saw them being this good this year. The Guardians are doing well. You took 2 or 3 against them. You've had a pretty brutal schedule from the start of the year, going all the way up to, outside of those 2 games against the Rockies, going up to your series against Detroit like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, this is your opportunity. Like, worry about beating good teams later. Right now, just win baseball games. Get control.
Stack dubs.
Yeah, get control of the division again. Worry about beating the Orioles when you play them 2 out of 3. Worry about beating other people when you play them later on in the season. Right now, it's just righting the wrongs of the awful start to your season and seeing if Jose Abreu ruins it. Like, do you have any? Is that your concern with Abreu? That just like he's kind of the center of the bad vibes again? He's gonna get all the blame. Like if he comes back on Friday and things start to like slowly fall apart again, it's gonna be the Abreu's gonna get all of the blame.
Well, here's my question: give me one reason that he should return. I don't think anyone can think of a legitimate reason to bring Jose Abreu back up. I saw a couple of people on the Twitch that said, well, he might be good. Great. He might be. We all might be a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I might be a politician someday.
I could see it.
I might. You know?
How high are you going to go for? Congress?
Something where I'd be able to get away with stuff. I don't want to go too high to the sun.
So Congress.
Yeah, I might run
illegal stock trading, Paul Gallant. Here we go. Will you hit us up first?
No.
Come on.
Not. I'm not going to let you insider trade with me. No, absolutely
Why not?
It's the money's for me. Okay. But I mean, Joe, you could be someday, you could have the most hair in the world. Sean Mapes in the near future.
That's possible.
Sean Mapes someday down the road could be the greatest NCAA football video game player in the United States of America. Like all of these things could happen.
That's on the table.
It's on the table.
Yeah.
I'm going to take 2 weeks off when it comes out.
I heard about that.
Grinding.
I heard about that. Dang. Well, that intern that called earlier, I mean, Joe, you shouldn't have hung up on it. Maybe we'd have someone to sub in when Sean takes his NCAA football vacation. But there's so many things that are possible in the world. And of course, it's possible for Jose Abreu to be the guy that he was before. But is anyone expecting it? No. And why would you bring him back while you're playing well? It would make sense to do it when things have absolutely hit the fan. And John Singleton is hitting worse than Jose Abreu or something like that.
Yeah, that's where he's hitting 230 right now, I believe, since he took over.
He's done well defensively. He's hitting for power, which when he hits, that's all you're really looking for. He's doing so much more than you expected. And why bring Abreu back? Why? It's a sign to your clubhouse that actually it doesn't really matter how you're playing. If you're a made man here, if you're a paid man here, you're going to continue to get opportunities that you're not deserving of.
The Astros just signed Eric Lauer, signed him with free agent deal.
In relation to Matt?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He was pitching for, I think it was the Pirates, and then he had a minor league contract. He opted out of it. So Chandler Rome just reported that they've signed him to a deal. So maybe depth to the bullpen. I don't know. Apparently, he can opt out of his contract July 1st and August 1st if he doesn't like his playing time on the big league roster.
The Astros have had a reliever do that already this year.
I think 2 relievers this year.
There was at least one guy who opted out. I forget his name already.
There was a second one. Well, that's because they're nobody.
We wish him well in the wars to come.
Yeah, I bet you he's probably not in baseball. He's probably like, I don't want to be on this team.
I know. Was one of them Wander Suero?
Yes.
Okay. And the other one,
correct.
Dylan Coleman?
I think he's still on the team somewhere.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
These are just guys I remember getting signed and being like, ugh.
Yeah, I think Dylan Coleman.
Did he get hurt?
I think he's still a thing. I'm not entirely sure.
Wander Suero, per Wikipedia, is in the Astros organization.
Oh. So maybe we're wrong on both of these.
I don't know how often his Wikipedia gets updated. I will throw that out there.
Dylan Coleman is also an Astro. So,
okay.
But there was a guy.
So we're 0 for 2.
There was a guy.
You're right. There was a guy
that was like, nah, dude, I'm good.
Yeah. No, but there's no good reason to bring back Jose Abreu. I got nothing for it. I wish I could give you one.
There's no reason.
Jeff Bagwell thinks that his double that he got today, which is after Dana Brown's comments, is the reason why he's going to be good again. There's no good reason.
Hey, he got a double off of rookies in rookie ball in West Palm Beach. He's a single A baseball player. Great.
He's facing the number 5 prospect in the Nationals farm system. Cool. Like there's nothing. It's not like Chas McCormick. Chas McCormick got hurt. Has had good success with the Astros. Jose Abreu has been the most disappointing player arguably in Houston sports history.
We had that conversation. I mean, it's in the Brockweiler tier.
You can't even do what you did with Brock Osweiler. At least you paid someone to take him away. Like, you gave up a draft pick to do it. I guess you could try to do that. It's not going to happen. there was still somewhat of a like the Browns still had a reason to trade for Brock Osweiler. Who's trading for Jose Abreu right now? Even if
No
you
one.
offer them a draft pick.
No one.
Also, hard pass on doing that.
Cash considerations.
Yeah.
No one.
Cash considerations. Every home run he hits for another team will give you $500,000. And so if he's good for you, we'll slowly help pay for the contract. Nope, that's probably too rich. I wonder how did Jeremy's GoFundMe panned out? Is that still?
I doubt that anyone contributed to it after the first post of it on social media.
Yeah,
But hey, he raised money for hungry kids
cause.
in Houston.
You know what? That's a good thing.
And Jose Abreu, in the meantime, was earning like $1 million per hit.
Yeah, at that, if that. I don't even know if that requires math, so I'm asking you to do it.
Let me think. Okay, so
I can tell you how many hits he has.
I think he hits 4.
he's making $18.5 million a year. He had 4 hits over the course of the year.
Guys, he had 7 hits.
Oh.
You're embarrassing yourself.
Okay,
Sorry.
so he had 7 hits.
It was at one point he had 4 hits or he had like 4 hits and 3 errors.
Yeah.
That's what was in my plan.
Yes, that happened. So $18.5 million a year. He played in what? A month of
20
let's say
22 games.
So he played in about an eighth of the Astros games. So an eighth of 18 million a year, and then multiply that by 7, and that's what you're getting for your hits. I think that's how that works.
All right.
Honestly, the way that I described it, I sounded confident enough saying it, but probably don't.
It
take my
petered
word
out
for
towards the end. Let's steer away from the math, just as a show.
That's why I said
Anything more complicated than addition or subtraction.
That's why I said I'm gonna let Paul handle.
He's
this.
getting paid in the based off of what has happened thus far this year. He has been paid in the hundreds of thousands per hit.
It's pretty good. Check what you
I
can
could
get.
do that.
Could you?
Pay me a couple $100,000.
Oh yeah.
I can just hit.
All right, we'll continue.
You would not
talking
get
about,
a. You would be broke boy.
I'd lay down a bunt.
We'll continue talking
You know
about-
what?
that's a
There you
good point.
go.
Just
But
hope it-
who do you think anyone's shifting on you though? No, the infield's gonna be in. They're all like, look at this.
They'll
guy.
be in my lap.
We've seen bunts go out of the infield. Bizarre plays have happened before. You never know what could happen.
I don't actually think I could get a hit, guys. Joe, you don't have to make the case for me.
I think Sean could get a hit
I don't.
No.
off a tee. He'll be okay.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
I don't know if I could do it off a tee.
I might still just hit it right to the shortstop.
Yeah.